In Estonia, each person receives a unique, unchangeable 11-digit personal identification number from the government. Identification numbers represent individuals in both the physical and electronic realm. Primary electronic identity comes with the physical ID card, which is a mandatory identification document in Estonia. Other eID carriers, like the Mobile ID and Digi-ID cards, are issued in addition to the ID card. The technical concept requires a person's sole control over the eID means. It uses a PKI solution, where a private key is generated and stored on the chip of the physical card. Keys for signing or authentication are protected with respective PIN codes. Estonia's eID is used for electronic identification, electronic signing, and the secure transfer of sensitive data. eID allows one to securely use a wide variety of state and private sector e-services while being time and cost efficient. In Estonia, the physical ID card is a mandatory document for all citizens and permanent residents above the age of 15, but anyone can apply at any age. To apply for an ID card, one is required to be physically identified by the police and border guard officials at least once during the application and issuance process. By default, the ID card includes a ready-to-use eID chip, which makes it the primary eID in Estonia. The ID card is issued with PIN codes, which enables the person to use the eID functionalities. Users can change their PIN codes at any time with the eID software DigiDoc. To use the eID card electronically, the user must know the PIN codes, have access to a computer with the DigiDoc software, and an ID card reader. DigiDoc software is developed and maintained by the state. It is downloadable from the website id.ie, easy to use and free. The software supports all widely used platforms such as Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, and Linux. In Estonia, state-issued eID is a reliable method of identification. It is effectively equal to face-to-face identification. This type of identification is used to access all state e-services, as well as a large number of private sector e-services provided by businesses such as banks, telecoms, energy companies, and many others. Using Estonia's government-backed eID provides great security and reliability for both users and e-service providers. Estonia's eID system allows one to create qualified electronic signatures that are legally equal to handwritten signatures as set out in the eIDAS, and therefore accepted in the public sector throughout the EU. In Estonia, the vast majority of electronic signatures are container-based. It means the file or data that has been signed is preserved in its original format in an ASIC e-container, and a separate signature file is added. This makes it easy to combine different files, regardless of formats and file sizes. All files in the container are signed together as a batch with a single signature. The encryption and decryption feature of Estonia's eID allows one to securely transfer confidential data. This type of encryption should only be used for short-term purposes, as eID certificates expire, as do the decryption keys stored on the eID chip. Encrypted files can be sent to recipients via traditional channels such as email or file-sharing platforms without the risk of compromising confidentiality and integrity. The government-backed eID software makes it easy to encrypt and decrypt sensitive data. One must know the receiver's personal identification number to encrypt data so that the receiver can use his eID with PIN 1 for decryption. Estonia's electronic ID card is full of potential. In addition to its essential features, authentication, electronic signing, and encryption-decryption, It is a good alternative to customer loyalty cards and key cards, as people often carry an identity document at all times. It is convenient to use it for alternative purposes as well, rather than holding a number of different cards. Therefore, the ID card can be used in grocery shops, bookstores, pharmacies, libraries, cinemas, and so forth. There is a huge range of possibilities. Estonia's eID is widely used, accepted and trusted by both the public and private sectors. It has made secure e-services a normal part of everyday life, saving time and cost for citizens, companies, and the public sector.